Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, Memorial Stadium and home to the Missouri Tigers, where we are anticipating quite a clash on Faroe Field today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. So LSU's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Give to the running back. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. Makes the grab inside the 30. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown LSU! And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. The kickoff team out there getting set.
Set to kick this one away.
And he's going to try to return this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. So the Missouri Tigers offense will take the field for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have locked down corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm throwing towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Missouri gets to the line quickly. Leaves it with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Back to throw, it's Madden. Looking to scramble. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop.
Oh, look out! At the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down. The give to the lone running back. Good blocking, good running, pickup of 6 out to the 30. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. He's going to take off. Powers through. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Finds the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. Missouri wants to go fast. Wants to throw. It's Madden. Finds his back in the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
He's now piled up 68 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
All right, you gave up the big play, defense. I know they got a big chunk, but they didn't get in the end zone. You live to fight another day. Now you got to bow your necks up and make this stop inside the 5.
This defense has been gashed, and they are backed up again with a... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Scanning the field, it's Madden. Get it out on the screen. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Line gets set, first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete on the right side. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a feel for
just plowing ahead, chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. LSU now operating in the red zone. He'll keep it himself. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Out of the gun to give to the back. He is smashing people. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
Hey, Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the third touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. So Missouri will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fair catch called for and made. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
To the ground. He's got it again. Turns it on in midfield. He's loose down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Number 26.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Sets a kickoff.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Looking for a man. It's Madden. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Just steamrolling his way through. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Right back to the well. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No serve, no moss. Get it together.
He'll try to do it himself. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Going to the ground. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give to the left side. Nice move to pick up yardage. And they'll knock him down.
Well, there's another outstanding run. You've been seeing that all season long. I think we all expected this guy to be really good as a true freshman. I don't know if anybody expected this. The fact that he's in the Heisman race as a true freshman, that's just ridiculous.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up.
Throws toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
Oh, and that's a missed opportunity for the offense. You get the matchup you want, you take the shot, the play's there to be made for a touchdown, and he drops it.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the quarterback's throwing from the pocket. He's trying to fit that football into a real small window down the middle of the field, and the defender's hit was able to jar the ball loose from the receiver. Great job.
Makes his connection. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
This quarterback, part of their running game. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Snag in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. To get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this 2nd half.
Missouri, 0.
And they thought about a return, then... They'll bring it out to the 25. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
It's complete. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. To the air. It's Madden. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another 1st down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Missouri!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
The ball carrier is the running back. Tackle is made at the 43.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll try the run. The spin, still on his feet. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They're going to ride this running back. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
Well, right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
That's a really good job by the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
Hold it, offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. They go to the ground. Bounced off his feet.
Well, this guy's exceeded all expectations all season. We knew and we thought he would be talented. He'd leave a mark on the offense. I don't think anybody expected him to be in the Heisman race this late in the season as a true freshman. He is just special.
Toss to the left. Touchdown, LSU! And the beatdown has ensued. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Madden. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Finds his way for 3 after the 33. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got his man. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Off the play fake. Looking to buy time. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on fourth down by what they call here. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. So Missouri will have to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you, Paul.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the one that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. And they'll take a knee. These last 2 plays have just made you go, what are you doing? 3rd and goal, a chance to set it right. The quarterback takes a knee. Well, you'd think this would be a very makeable field goal attempt, but they're going to go for it on 4th down. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figure.